Alright everybody, here we are back, Baker Barbecue, doing it again. Today we're seasoning up just a little 3.5 pound brisket. It's not a real big guy, not whole brisket. We just got, you know, a little 3.5 pound brisket, a little fat on the back, looking really good. So we're gonna smoke that tomorrow. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, so we're gonna smoke a brisket, do some potatoes, maybe a couple other things. We'll see what happens. But definitely going to get this brisket done. So right now I'm just going to season it up. I've got it rubbed down just with a light coat of olive oil. Basically, that's we're just using that as adhesion, basically to get the rub to stick. Now I just picked up some steak rub. This guy is Pride of Sedged. I don't know if you can see that. I picked this up at the local grocery store. And I found this morning probably my new favorite store of all time. I can see myself spending a whole lot of money in this place. It's a barbecue supply place about 15 minutes from my home. This is their brand brisket rub. So we're gonna do a little combination. This is mostly brown sugar, so it's gonna be a sweeter rub, and the steak rub is more of a peppery rub. So I think I want to mix it up, get a little bit of sweet and spicy going on there with this brisket. So we'll show you what we're doing as far as that. It's pretty simple, just like everything else. You know, you basically just sprinkle the rub on. You want to be nice and generous with it. Just get that seasoning really into that meat, and then we're going to let it soak overnight. And well, not soak, just basically marinate in the seasonings, the dry seasonings overnight, and then get it on the smoker tomorrow morning. So we'll show you our seasoning, and then we'll go from there. Thanks. See you soon. Here we are. We've got our brisket in our pan. We're going to start with our steak rub. And basically just, you know, sprinkle that on there real good. And, again, just make sure you're nice and generous. You really want that seasoning on that brisket. That seasoning is one of the main things other than the smoke that really makes that taste good, and also the texture that you get from the seasoning, especially a little bit of that coarser seasonings, gives you a nice crunch to the bark you get on that. So we're gonna add a little bit of this brisket rub that I found at the barbecue supply place. That looks pretty good. So we're just gonna do this to the other side, wrap it up, let it sit, and then tomorrow we'll get it on the smoker. We'll show you how we're lighting that and getting that going, and then we're going to cook a good brisket. Hopefully everything will turn out good. See you guys tomorrow. All right, my little fans of Baker Barbecue, here we are. It's Sunday morning. It's about 10:15. We just got our chimney for our charcoal lit. We're trying a little bit different charcoal today. I'll show you what we're using and show you the chimney, and then we'll let it rest for a few minutes and get that brisket on. Alright, so here we are. There's our charcoal chimney, standard charcoal chimney. I think pretty much most people know how to use that, but again, I'll just explain it real quick. We've got two chambers here. The bottom chamber is where you put your newspaper, and the top chamber you put your charcoal in. Those little holes at the bottom there is where you light the newspaper at. The newspaper burns and just gets the charcoal going. It takes about 15-20 minutes to really get going good. I'm using a new charcoal today. Now, I've been a Kingsford man for, you know, as long as I can remember, but we're going to try this Royal Oak Chef Select. I know a lot of guys really swear by the Royal Oak. It's supposed to be a really good charcoal. The barbecue supply place that I found that I was telling you about earlier, that is pretty much their house brand. That's what they sell, so we're going to give it a try. I'll let you know how that works out. Hopefully pretty good. So I got a pretty good deal. A 40-pound bag, I think, was about 20 bucks there at the supply place, so I don't think that's too awful bad. Hopefully it burns good, and we'll let you know. We're going to get that brisket on there in just a minute. Stay tuned. Alright, Alright, here we are. We've got our charcoal on our smoker. It's all heated up. We're right about a nice 250, 270 degrees. So we're about to pop that brisket on. We're going to throw some wood on with the charcoal to get a nice smoke going. Today we're doing our brisket with a combination of hickory and mesquite. The two smoke flavors should combine together, put a really nice flavor on that beef. So we're going to get that thrown on the smoker and we'll show you that. Hold on just a second. So here we are. We just put our brisket on. We got our fat side up for right now. We're going to smoke it for a while like that. You can see our firebox. We got some good flame in there from those wood chips going, or wood chunks. So we're just going to close this down, let it heat back up, and we're going to check this in about an hour, hour and a half. See you soon. Alright, we're back. It's been actually about 2 hours now since put the brisket on. We've been maintaining our heat the best we can. And we're about to check this guy and flip it, see how she's doing. So here we go. Oh boy, look at that. That has got a nice looking bark going already. The juices on that looks nice. Oh boy, I'm excited. So we're just going to flip this guy over and get some cooking on that side. That looks a little bit dry, so I might get something to spray that with just to keep it nice and moist. But we'll do that in just a second. Just wanted to make sure everything's going okay, and it looks like it is. We're going to let it sit for about at least another hour, hour and a half before we check our internal temperature. And we'll be back then. Alright, here we are. Our brisket has been on for about 5.5 hours now. In the meantime, we smoked some sweet lips fish and some scallops and munched on that. That was pretty good. Sorry, no video of that. You're just going to have to imagine how good that was. But here we are. We're got our brisket. We got a nice, beautiful bark on that. We're about to check our internal temp, see if we're about ready to do our wrap. We're just going to stick that bad boy in there right about there.
Oh, look at all that juice.
And see what we get. Alright, she's rising pretty good. Last time we checked the temp, we were right about 140. We're well over that now. Oh yeah, look at that. We're right 155, 160, and it looks like it's stalling right around 160. Oh, we're getting up to 165, close to. So we're going to wrap this up. Yeah, we're right about 165. This is great. So we're going to wrap this up in our foil, do our Texas cheat just like we did on our pork butt we did. And again, you know, that Texas cheat, you know, it's kind of, some guys can find that kind of controversial, don't like the idea of it. But, you know, I've seen a lot of guys, even competition barbecue guys, that do that Texas cheat for their competition briskets. So as far as I'm concerned, if it's good enough for the judges in the competitions, it's good enough for me at home. So that's what we're going to do. It works out really well. So I'm going to cut this off now to get this wrapped up and back on the fire. And if you have any questions about the Texas cheat, check out the pulled pork video. I'll show you exactly how to do that. Otherwise, we'll show you this once we get it unwrapped from the foil in about an hour and a half. See you then.
Looks nice.
Look at that smoke ring. That's beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. We just unwrapped it, sliced it open, and we are just about perfect. And we're going to do one little slice to it. Falls pretty good. Pull test. You know, that's a tiny bit tougher than what we see our competition guys do in their videos. But hey, I'm not a competition guy, and I'll be honest with you, I think this is pretty good. I'm impressed by that smoke ring. I like that a lot.
What do you think, Ty? Thumbs up from the boy. That's hard to get.
That is amazing.
Oh, very good.
Alright, so me personally, I'm going to finish mine with just a little bit of sauce. We got some garlic smashed smoked potatoes and some smoked grilled asparagus. We're going to eat it up. we'll get that everything plated up. I'll show you that finished product once we've got it all plated up. But we're going to get ready to eat, so I'll see you in just a minute. Here we are. We've got our finished plate. We've got our brisket cut up, a little bit of sauce on that. We used Stubbs Sweet Heat. It is so good. Smoked asparagus. All we did with that is just rub it down with a light coat of olive oil, salt, and pepper, and throw it on the grill. And some smashed potatoes, and for that all we did was boil some yellow potatoes whole, quarter them, and then throw them in a little aluminum pan with some garlic and butter, and threw that on the smoker till it got a nice flavor infusion. And I think it's all Kaylee approved. So that's it. We're ready to sit down and eat. So I think that's what we're going to do. So you're not seeing my face, but this is Baker Barbecue. I'm Pitmaster KJ. Enjoy your meal. I know I'm gonna. See you next time.